Maker here, and today we're doing this Teen Titans tier list. Now I hope you enjoyed this video. I record voices for each of the characters, and I hope you enjoy it. Titans, we are back, and we are going to rank LEGO games. I'm in. I want to see LEGO Indiana Jones and LEGO Jurassic World. If it involves smashing things to get studs, you know I'm there. Let's get the introduction out of the way so we can start the ranking. No better place to start the foundation of it all. This isn't just a game, it's a masterpiece that combined the first two trilogies into one massive brick-built galaxy. This is LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga. This epic, man! I still remember getting 100% on this, unlocking the ghost characters and playing as Green Yoda. It was looking in a mirror, except he's way shorter. This is an easy 11 out of 10 for nostalgia alone. I love story and stud fountain. When you collect all the gold bricks and the fountain in the yard begins to pour the silver, gold, and blue studs. It is most beautiful thing I ever seen. It makes my heart feel very rich. I like the customizer, being able to take Darth Vader's helmet and put it on the protocol droid's body, the kind of chaos I can get behind. The tech was simple, but it worked perfectly. No voice acting, just mumbles and pure comedy. Plus, the pod racing level finally stopped being impossible in this version. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's an S tier king of the classics. It was quiet. I appreciate the lack of talking, just puzzles and the force. It's a solid 9 out of 10 for me. A bit repetitive, but the atmosphere was right. It's an S tier benchmark. Without this game, none of the others would exist. It's a 10 out of 10 for its impact on history. We've conquered the galaxy, but now it's time to head back to a very familiar city. That looks a lot better in blocks. Nice try, Robin. You thought it was Batman 1, but Indy came first. Malaram is the best dark magic. Temple of Doom deserves an Oscar. The atmosphere in the temple was actually relatable. Dark rituals, lava, and shadows. I loved it. Wait, checking the archives, you're right. Before we hit the streets of Gotham, we had to go through the jungle. Released in June 2008, just a few months before our first game, this is LEGO Indiana Jones, the original Avengers. Oh, the man with a hat and whip. He's a very brave, even when the giant rolling stones tried to squish him like a tiny bug. But I do not like snakes. Why must there always be the snakes? The snakes were the best part. I could just shapeshift into one and blend in. But man, playing as an elephant in the Temple of Doom levels, that was a 10 out of 10 fun. I'm putting this in A tier. I got a hand to the phantasm tech they used for the secret characters. Seeing Han Solo show up in the indie game, that was ultimate crossover, before crossovers were cool. 9 out of 10 for the fan service. It was cool, but I liked the second one better, because you could build your own levels. Still, the whip mechanics were solid. I'll give it an A tier. You caught me off guard, Raven. It's an 8 out of 10. It took the Star Wars formula and proved it that it could work for other movies. It's high B tier for me, only because I'm blessed towards the cape and cowl. 11 out of 10. Any game that let me play for the Temple of Doom is an S tier in my book. Okay now, I'm ready. No more distractions. We're going to the game that put our mentor on the LEGO map. Next up, LEGO Batman the Videogame. Yo Robin, it's your dad's game. Seriously, it's got the suit, the gadgets, and the most iconic version of the Batcave I ever seen in blocks. Plus, playing as villains was a total game changer. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's an S tier for the fun factor alone. Yummy! Quayface reminds me of chocolate ice cream. He is so big and brown and gooey. It makes me wish to have a giant spoon. But he is also very mean to the citizens, so I must give him a bunk with my starboats. 9 out of 10 for the delicious looking villains. I actually like the villain campaign more. It feels right to be on the other side for once. Even if it was just the puzzles, the music was straight from the Burton movies, which makes it an 11 out of 10 for me, S tier. The suit swaps were the best part. Sonic suit, glide suit, heat protective, it was like a masterclass in gadgetry. I'm going 9 out of 10, A tier. The ground literally shakes when Clayface or Killer Croc walks by. I can respect that. What tier are we putting this? Is an A tier classic for me. It's the foundation of everything that followed for the DC LEGO games. It's an 11 out of 10. Seeing the dynamic duo in brick form for the first time was legendary. S tier. We saved Gotham, but now we're heading to the most famous school in the Wizarding World. Robin, stop skipping Indy, because next is LEGO Indy 2, and it did my Temple Doom dirty. They cut the levels down to almost nothing, and turned the best movie into a boss fight hub. It's an insult to the dark arts. I'm dropping this to a 4 out of 10. D tier. Okay, Raven, you got the tactical map today. I'll stop trying to fast forward. We're doubling back to 2009 for the sequel that tried to change the formula. This is LEGO Indiana Jones 2. The adventure continues. I love the Creation Zone. It's the place with much imagination to build your own levels and their own characters. It makes my heart feel like a master of the bricks, even if the story is different. The making of things is the most wonderful 10 out of 10 for the creativity. The hub worlds were a little weird, right? Instead of big cantina, you can have these separate little maps. It felt kind of small, but the vehicle levels were actually playable once. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. C tier. I like the level creator, but the gameplay loop felt a bit glitchy compared to the first one. It was experimental. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you get a blue screen. I'm going with 5 out of 10. The split screen was actually better in this one. The screen would divide when you move apart. That was a huge upgrade for the co-op. What tier are we putting this? It's a B tier for innovation, but a C tier for actual content. Raven's right. The classic movies felt rushed. I'll settle on a 6 out of 10. Alright, Raven. Is the timeline corrected? Can we finally move back to the magic? Fine. Bring on the wands. Alright, we're shifting from whips and fedoras to wands and wizards. 2010 brought us to Hogwarts for the first time. This is LEGO Harry Potter's year 1 to 4. I love the series. I love Snape. Everything's great. Finally, a game that understands the aesthetics of potions and dark hallways. Snape is the mood, and exploring the castle without a map felt like home. 10 out of 10 S tier. I love the Dobby. He is a very small friend with big ears, and I love of the socks. He is so brave to help the Harry Potter. The magic in this world is so sparkly, it makes me want to learn the Wingardium Leviosa. 11 out of 10. Why Harry has big legs in the first year? He looks like an adult. Seriously, look at the character model. He's supposed to be 11, but he's standing there with long legs of a grown-up hero. It's a bit weird, right, Gar? Dude, it's just a Lego style. But man, the spells were awesome. Turning people into frogs, that's my kind of magic. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because I spent 3 hours just chasing the cats in the common room. The hub world was a star here. Hogwarts was massive. No more just selecting levels from a hallway. You actually had to walk to class. The tech behind the ghost studs leading the way was top notch. 9 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10. It captures the wonder of the films perfectly, even if the big legs Tara mentioned made the scaling a bit off. Definitely an A tier entry for how it handled the puzzles. The magic didn't stop there. We stayed at Hogwarts, but the stakes got much higher. 5 out of 10. You skipped Star Wars 3 and Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, you're no longer in charge. Titans, Next, we're going to the galaxy far, far away. Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. Since Robin can't keep a timeline straight, I'm taking over. This game has the RTS battle modes, an actual darkness. It's an 11 out of 10, S tier. Oh, the War of the Clones! There are so many brave soldiers who look exactly the same. I love the massive battles where the many units fight at the same time. It's very chaotic, but very exciting. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Finally, playing as a Zillow Beast was the highlight of my gaming career, and being able to land your ship on different capital ships in space, that was ahead of its time. 10 out of 10. But second, this one was a massive leap. Those ground battles where you had to build bases and move armies, that's some serious processing power for a Lego game. I'm going 9 out of 10, A tier. I liked the scale. It felt like a real war, not just a small scuffle in the hallway. What tier are we putting this? To me, it's the best Star Wars pre-Skywalker Saga era. Fine, Raven, you're right. The massive scale was impressive. It's an 8 out of 10. It's A tier, but those ground battles could get a little repetitive after a while. Now that we're back on track, let's talk about the pirates, and I don't mean the ones on the internet. Robin's still in timeout. I'm running the show. We're heading to the high seas for 2011's LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. I got the compass, the rum, and way more skeletons than I expected. Arg! This is truly fine treasure. I spent all my time just walking like Jack Sparrow. That swagger is 11 out of 10. Plus, turning into a shark and patrolling the hubs? Best day ever. 9 out of 10 for the pirate's life. This game is an 8 out of 10. Thanks to Blackbeard, his energy, and the way he uses his sword to control the ship. I can respect that. It's a solid A tier. It loses points because the levels got a bit confusing without a map, but the vibe was right. I love the Jack Sparrow. He is so very silly when he runs, but the Kraken is a very big and very slimy friend. I have to give it a big starboats to save the ship. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for the adventure. The water physics in this game were actually ahead of their time, and using the compass to find hidden bricks, that's a very cool way to handle detective work. I'm going 8 out of 10, B tier. I like the sword fighting mechanics. It felt faster than the lightsaber combat in the older games. It's a 7 out of 10. It's B tier. It's fun, but it's no Batman. Quiet, Robin. You're still grounded. Next, we're going back to finish what you started before you got distracted. Thanks, Raven. I've got the timeline since up now. No more skipping. We're finishing the Wizarding Saga with LEGO's Harry Potter 5 till 7. 5 till 7. It's 25 million. Compared to 1 to 4, that price is a scam. But Snape is better. Seriously, 25 million studs for the Dark Lord. I could buy the entire fleet of Batmobiles for that. At least Snape's animations are top tier. Luna's so adorable. She has the most wonderful glasses that see invisible creatures. I wish to be her friend and share the pudding. The final battle was very scary, but seeing the friends stand together made my hearts glow. The dueling mechanics was sick. Locking wands and tapping buttons when the blast off. I felt like a true wizard. Plus, being able to play as Finner Grey-Black as a wolf fan, that is an 11 out of 10 for me. S tier. They really polished the graphics here. The lighting is in the Ministry of Magic and the smoke effects during the Battle of Hogwarts. That's some high-end rendering. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, A tier. It felt more like an action game than the first one. Breaking through the barriers at Hogwarts was intense. 7 out of 10. Alright, staying in date order, we're moving to May 2012, the game that changed the DC LEGO universe forever by finally giving characters a voice. This was the turning point. No more mumbling. The characters finally found their voices, and we got our first massive open-world playground. This is LEGO Batman 2, DC's Superheroes. Gotham City Asylum is the best. There's something so peaceful about the gloomy hallways in the rain. Exploring the outskirts of Arkham felt like a proper vacation. 10 out of 10 S tier. Amusement Mile? Ooh, how fun! It has the giant Joker face and the rides that go wee! It's the most joyful part of the Dark City. I wish to ride the roller coasters of justice forever. 11 out of 10. Tara got me this game for my birthday. Best gift ever. Seriously, flying over skyscrapers as Superman while the movie theme plays, I actually got goosebumps, and turning into a gorilla to smash Lexbox in the street? 10 out of 10. S tier. Glad you like it, Gar. I like the city felt solid. You could actually break the pavement if you hit it hard enough. Plus, the way the world opened up after the first few levels was huge. A tier for me. The tech leap here was insane, integrating a full map of Gotham with voice acting and flying mechanics that didn't feel clunky. That's 100% A tier engineering. I'm going 9 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10. It's the game that proved LEGO could do more than just levels. It could do a living world. S tier. The timeline stays on track, moving into late 2012. We're leaving the superheroes behind for a journey across Middle-earth. This is LEGO Lord of the Rings. The ring that rules them all. It's dark magic like Harry Potter. I love it. The tension when the Nazgûl are hunting you in the bushes. It's the kind of gloom I live for. Plus, the voice acting taken straight from the movies makes it feel so much more ominous. 10 out of 10 S tier. I love the hobbits. They are very small and they have the hair on their feet. They eat the mini breakfasts and I love their friends fiercely. It makes my heart glow to see such tiny heroes on such big quests. 11 out of 10. The scale of this game was nuts. Walking from the Shire all the way to Mount Doom. In the open world, it felt like I was actually on a hike, and playing as an Ent to stump orcs, that's some high quality shapeshifting right there. 9 out of 10, A tier. The modern tech really started showing here. They used actual dialogue from the films, which was the first for LEGO. Plus, the inventory system with the mythical items was a great RPG touch. I'm going 8 out of 10, B tier, because I miss my blasters. I love the Battle of Helm's Deep. Seeing the walls crumble, well, you know, I'm a fan of moving rocks. A tier. It's a masterpiece of adaptation. It's 8.5 out of 10. It captures the epic feel of the movies while keeping the LEGO humor. Definitely A tier. Keeping it in date order, before Marvel heroes arrive, we got a game that is completely original. It launched on the March 2013 on the Wii U, then finally hit everything else in 2017. This is LEGO City Undercover. Bro, you could take cars and paint them. The calling point's amazing. The tech in this city is next level. Being able to spawn in a vehicle at any station and customize the look, that kind of excitement I can respect. 9 out of 10. A tier. The farm, great for finding the pigs. And not just finding them, you can use pig cannon to launch them into the pens. It's hilarious. Plus, riding around a different animal in a massive city is the most fun I've had without actually shapeshifting. 10 out of 10, S tier. The Chase McCain is such a brave officer of the law. He uses many disguises to save the city from Rex Fury. It is like a giant game of pretend that never ends. I give it a 9 out of 10. It was surprisingly funny. I usually hate bright, happy cities, but the movie references were actually clever. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. B tier because it needs more shadows. I like the super builds. Constructing a giant bridge or a space shuttle out of thousands of bricks in the middle of the street? That's a workout. What tier are you playing this? It's 9 out of 10. It's the Grand Theft Auto of LEGO, but with way more heart and better jokes. A tier all the way. Alright, the city is safe. Now we're moving to October 2013. It's time for the Avengers, the X-Men, and the very hungry Galactus. Next up, we have LEGO Marvel Superheroes. This was a huge moment. Marvel and LEGO finally coming together for a massive original story. Oh, there are so many heroes. The Man of Iron, the Captain of America, and the Spider-Friend. It is a grand festival of superpowers. Dude, Zai and I play this game all the time. And Robin, seriously, the character roster is insane. 180 characters. I spent like 4 days just trying to unlock Howard the Duck. It's 11 out of 10 straight S tier. I like Doctor Strange and Deadpool in the game, which is a surprise because it's Lego for kids. Seeing the Merc with a mouth in the brick game was unexpected, but Doctor Strange Centrum and the magic effects were actually well done. I'll give it 9 out of 10, A tier. The tech behind the Manhattan hub was impressive, jumping off the SHIELD helicarrier and skydiving all the way down to the streets with no loading screens. That's what I'm talking about, 10 out of 10. I like the big figures, like the Hulk and Abomination. They actually felt heavy when they jumped. What tier are we putting this? It's a 10 out of 10. It's arguably the best Marvel game ever made, even compared to the non-LEGO ones. S tier for the sheer amount of content. Next up is the LEGO Movie with Princess Unikitty. So cute! I visit Cloud Cuckoo Land and the candy. Oh, it was a place of such sweetness and joy. I love the colors and the singing of the songs. It makes my starboats feel like they're made of sugar. 11 out of 10. Cloud Cuckoo Land was a lot. Too much pink, too many smiles. But Unikitty having rage mode where she destroys everything, that I can relate to. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. B tier for the headache, but S tier for the master building mechanics. Dude, the master building thing was sick. Being able to just pick pieces out of the environment and build a giant robot? That's 100% A tier gameplay. Plus, playing as Benny and just screaming spaceship never gets old. 10 out of 10. The tech in this one was unique because literally every single thing on screen was made out of digital Lego bricks. No more realistic rocks or trees. It was 1 out of 1 translation of the movie's look. 9 out of 10 for visual fidelity. A tier. I liked the instruction page puzzles. It felt like actual building a set in real life. It's a 9 out of 10. It perfectly captures the human of the film and introduced those great master builder puzzles. Definitely A tier. Alright, the timeline is finally catching up. We're heading back to the Shire for a journey that's, well, it didn't quite finish. This is Lego the Hobbit. I'm not into Hobbit. Just 2 films and dwarves. Lord of the Rings is better. They promised us the 3rd movie as a download, but it never came. Leaving a story unfinished is the ultimate dark magic sin. 5 out of 10. D tier. Lego Hobbit competition to other games kind of forgettable. The mining for minerals felt more like a chore than a hero's quest. I like the rocks, but even I have limits on how much I want to smack with a hammer. 6 out of 10. C tier. I like the buddy system. You could stack the dwarves together to make a giant ladder or a bridge. It was like a little green guy gymnastics team. But yeah, compared to epicness of the first Lord of the Rings game, this felt like a side mission. 7 out of 10. The smog was very big and very sparkle dragon. I loved the riddle talking with the Bilbo Baggins, but I am sad we did not get to see the end of the story. It's like a book with final chapters missing. 7 out of 10. The crafting system was deep, but it slowed the game down too much. I'm here to build and bust, not manage an inventory of wood and stone. Tech-wise, it was solid, but the execution was a bit clunky. 6 out of 10. It is 6 out of 10. It has great moments, but without the conclusion of the 3rd film, it feels incomplete. C tier for the missed potential. We're leaving Earth behind. This time, the Cape Crusader is going interstellar to stop Brainiac. This is Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I love the pink planet. Zemran is so very beautiful. It is a home of the star sapphires, and everything is glowing with the power of love. It makes my heart feel like it's doing the gymnastics. 11 out of 10. The Lantern Worlds were the only part I liked. Each planet has its own weird atmosphere, especially the gloom of Nuke. But the celebrity cameos, having Conan O'Brien and Adam West talk to me every 5 minutes was a bit much. I'll go 7 out of 10, B tier. Dude, the character roster was huge. We had a whole Justice League, the Legion of Doom, and even Daffy Duck, Green Lantern guy. Plus the 1966 Batman level with old school music, 10 out of 10, A tier. I like the specialized suits returning, but I missed the big open world of Gotham from the second game. The hubs were just small planets you could run around in 3 seconds. Tech-wise, the space combat was a huge upgrade, though 8 out of 10. It felt more like the greatest hits of DC Universe than a focused story. What tier are you putting this? It's an A tier for fans, but maybe a B tier for the gameplay loop. I'm giving it 9 out of 10. It's the ultimate tribute to DC history. Seeing all the different Lanterns Corps represent was a dream come true for a technical mind like mine. A tier. The timeline moves to June 2015. We're leaving space and heading straight into the jungle, where science went a little too far. This is LEGO Jurassic World. 100 out of 10. Dude, there's a dinosaur. It's epic. Forget normal shapeshifting. This game lets you play as a literal T-Rex and smashing everything in sight. I spent hours just chasing the tiny vehicles around. Absolutely S tier. I remember movie night with Gar. He's so excited, we watched it twice. He kept making these loud roaring sounds in the living room. As for the game, building bridges out of dinosaur bones was pretty neat. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, B tier. Dinosaurs are not my thing. They're loud, messy, and have very tiny arms. But I did appreciate the creepy, foggy atmosphere of the original Jurassic Park levels. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The giant lizards are very misunderstood. They just needed snacks and the large spaces to run. I love helping the sick dinosaurs feel better by finding the giant colorful fruits. 9 out of 10. The character customizer was the real star here. You could literally splice dinosaur DNA together to create your own hybrid monsters. A raptor with a glowing T-Rex head. That is the kind of mad science I can get behind. 9 out of 10, A tier. It covers all 4 movies up to that point, making a massive package of nostalgia. I'm going with a solid 8 out of 10. It's a high B tier. Next up, LEGO Dimensions. You have the lines ready for the team reaction to see Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle teaming up, or Raven's thoughts on the physical portal pad. I choose the Beetlejuice pack. I love the striped suit, the sandworms, and the general feeling of being recently deceased. It's the only pack with a proper amount of morbid energy. 10 out of 10 S tier. I choose Jurassic World. I get to put the physical raptor on the portal pad and play as a dinosaur in the Scooby-Doo world. It's absolutely chaos and I love it. 11 out of 10. I choose Portal. The tech in the pack is incredible, solving actual test chambers with a physical portal gun in a LEGO game. That's peak engineering. 10 out of 10 S tier. Star chooses Teen Titans Go, but it's Teen Titans Go and she calls herself cute in LEGO. Oh, the mini versions of myself is so very adorable, with a big square head and a tiny floating feet. I love to see other selves making the jokes. Tara choose Lord of the Rings. I'm sticking with rocks and epic quests. Being able to drive the Batmobile through Middle Earth is the best thing ever. 9 out of 10, A tier. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It was a massive financial drain on our wallet to get all those packs, but seeing Doctor, Batman, and Gandalf fighting together was legendary. It's an A tier experience for the sheer ambition. Okay, next up, LEGO Marvel Avengers. It covers the 2 phases in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a classic, but the MCU got bigger and it doesn't hold up. Trying to cram audio from the movies into the game made it sound real scratchy, and the roster felt limited compared to the first Marvel game. It's a 6 out of 10 for me, C tier. Oh, come on! Playing through Battle New York and the Sokovia fight was sick. Plus, they had a team-up mechanic where 2 characters do a massive combo move together. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, B tier. The 4, he is very strong, has the hair of the golden sunshine. I love flying around in Manhattan with his hammer. It was very loud game with many explosions. I give it an 8 out of 10. It felt like a step backwards after Lego Marvel Superheroes. It was just repeating the movies we already saw, but I did like playing Scarlet Witch and moving things with chaotic magic. I'll go 7 out of 10. The open world hubs were actually pretty cool. Having separate hubs for Malibu, Asgard, and Washington DC was nice tech upgrade over just having one big city. Still, I'm with Robin. The first Marvel game was better. 7 out of 10. The ground pound moves with a Hulkbuster armor were the best part. It's a B tier for me. The Avengers have assembled and disassembled. Now we are heading to June 2016 to a galaxy far, far away. Once again, what's the point? Why make a movie for one movie? We have the Skywalker saga. It's just filler. They have to stretch a 2-hour film into a full game by making us build bridges and fetch items. That doesn't matter. It's a 5 out of 10 D tier. But BB-8 is very round and cute. He rolls like a small metal orange and makes the happy beeping noises. I love playing as the little droid friend. 9 out of 10. The blaster battles were actually pretty sick, though hiding behind cover and popping up to shoot felt like a real action game, not just a typical smash and build Lego game. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I gotta give them credit for the tech. The multi-build system, where one pile of bricks could be used to build 2 or 3 different things to solve puzzles, was a great engineering upgrade. But yeah, Raven's right about the content. 6 out of 10 C tier. I like the fight battles. Flying the Millennium Falcon through the ruins of those giant Star Destroyers on Jakku was intense. What tier are we putting this? I'll say B tier. It's a 6 out of 10. It has some of the best gameplay mechanics of the era, but stretching one movie across the entire game made the pacing feel incredibly slow. C tier. Let's pivot to March 2017. We're looking at LEGO Worlds, the game that ditched the linear story levels to give us a full sandbox universe. I love the building, but it's trying to be Minecraft and the survival mode was cancelled. I made Gar his own zoo. Being able to manipulate the actual landscape was a total power trip for me. But without the survival stakes, it got a little aimless. 7 out of 10, B tier. I like the Banshee and the Halloween. The spooky biomes were actually decent. Flying around on a Banshee through the fog felt right. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I love the Candy World. It is a land of gingerbread and rivers of sweet syrups. I wish to live there and eat the mountains of sugar. 11 out of 10. The zoo Tara made me was the best. She put in dragons, polar bears, and giant eagles. Playing with all those creatures in a giant sandbox was easily 11 out of 10 on the fun scale. S tier. The Predatorial generation tech was wild. Creating an infinite amount of randomized planets to explore was huge computing flex. But the building controls could get pretty chunky compared to the actual bricks. 6 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a great concept that just needed a bit structure to keep it engaging long term. Definitely B tier. Let's move to November 2017. We're diving back into the Marvel Universe for a direct sequel to the first big hit. This is LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. I love Gwenpool. She is very pink and full of fun. I love to do her secret missions and earn the pink bricks that make the game even more exciting. 10 out of 10. Open world was a mess. I prefer just New York. Chronopolis is just too much. You have an ancient Egypt right next to the floating city, and New Orleans Manhattan feels completely overstuffed and mismatched. I'm going with 6 out of 10. It's a C tier for me. I like the King tech, except King can't do terminals. Seriously, King the Conqueror is the master of time and space, and he has this massive floating citadel. But he can't even hack a standard computer terminal in free play. That's a major design flaw in my book. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Oh, come on, guys. Playing Frog 4, or Spider-Ham was awesome. Sure, the map was weird, but fighting Kang across time was a pretty epic. I'll go 8 out of 10, B tier. I like the underwater city of Limora, but I agree with Raven. Running through a map where a taxi is driving through a medieval England is just confusing. What tier are we putting this? It's a B tier for me. It's an 8 out of 10. It has great original story and incredible character roster, but making the open world so fractured definitely hurts the immersion. It's a high B tier. Let's stick to our chronological course and move forward to September 2017. We're looking at the LEGO Ninjago Movie the Videogame. The combat is insane. Seriously, you can run on walls, do high jumps, and the multi-button combo make you feel like a true martial arts master. It's not just smashing blocks, you actually have to fight like a ninja. I'm going with 9 out of 10. Oh, I forgot they made a game after the film. The movie itself was a bit of a blur, so the game flew right under my radar. But I give them credit for the moody dojo levels. I'll drop an average 6 out of 10. I love the beautiful colors of the island, and the Master Wu is such a wise teacher. With the long beard of wisdom, it was very fun to learn the spinjitzu. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The tech in this one is actually RIMF, the standard LEGO combat engine that added an actual skill tree where you could upgrade your moves, which was a great RPG element for the series. 8 out of 10 for the upgrades. Oh, I forgot about this game too. It has a very fast combat system. To me, A tier. I'm locking it in at an 8 out of 10. It has some of the most dynamic fighting gameplay in any LEGO game, but because it was tied so strictly to a spin-off film, it didn't hold much long-term impact. Definitely a high B tier. We are moving forward to June 2018. We're looking at LEGO The Incredibles. Ooh, yes, I love Jack Jack. He is the very tiny baby with the many big powers. He can turn into a fire, the metal, and even a giant monster. It is so wonderful to see the family working together. 10 out of 10. Edna says no capes, right Raven? And Robin? Seriously, Edna Mode is the fashion authority in the game. If she sees any of us wear a cape, she might just pull out a pair of scissors. I'm going with 8 out of 10 B tier. She's not going near my cape. If that little fashion designer tries to touch my threads, she's going to get a direct portal to the underworld. My cloak stays on. I'll give the game a solid 7 out of 10. The family teamwork mechanic was pretty cool. You can combine the Par family powers to build a massive LEGO structures to solve puzzles. Hacking terminals is more my speed, but watching a baby turn to a monster was peak tech. I like the crime waves in the city hub. You could actually had to go and clear districts of bad guys to get the gold bricks. It's a solid B tier for me. I'm locking it in at an 8 out of 10. It has some great combat and fun puzzles, but because it's only covered the 2 movies, it felt little on the short side. Definitely a high B tier. Next up, LEGO DC Supervillains, and I see Blackfire just joined. Now this game, they have the Titans, Terra, Trigon, and not me. I tried to sue them, but lost my case. I am an intergalactic ruler. How do they put a giant red demon and a girl who throws rocks in a game, but leave out my royalty? It's a travesty. You know, Blackfire, you can create your character in the game. The character customizer is literally the center of the entire story. You could play a custom rookie villain. You could have built yourself perfectly with the exact same power set and look. That's right, sister. You can make a custom optimizer. The customizer of the characters is very powerful in this one. You can give the digital clone your purple starboats and a beautiful hair. You do not need to sue our friends at the LEGO. Corey, please. But fine, I guess 9 out of 10. But still, if there's a Titan game, I must be in it. Now, I have to go now. See you all next ranking video. See ya, Blackfire. But dude, the customizer was insane in this one. You can literally pick your own beam colors, your own fighting styles, and your actual get powers as the story goes on. I'll make a green gorilla that shoots lightning. It's easily 11 out of 10 S tier. I actually like this one. It has a full voice cast from our show for the Titans cameos, and playing on the side of the villains to stop the crime syndicate felt much better than playing the goody two-shoes hero. I'm going 10 out of 10 S tier. The tech on the character creator was peak. It wasn't just swapping heads anymore. You can customize the specific beam effects, impact craters, and weapon designs. Best customizer in the entire history of the franchise. 10 out of 10. Plus, fighting alongside the Legion of Doom against an evil Justice League was a great twist. What tier are we putting this? To me, it's the best DC game they ever made. It's a 10 out of 10. It's the absolutely peak of the modern formula before they changed the engine. Definitely S tier. Next up, the Lego Movie the Videogame. 0 out of 10. Oh no! Why must the second movie of the blocks receive the score of 0, friend Raven? It is not full of the glitter and the wonderful singing of the Sistar system? They completely ruined it. They took away the classic level structures to try to turn it into a cheap clone of Lego Worlds. There are no actual traditional levels, and worst of all, the characters have no unique powers. Even the Flash doesn't have super speed. Yeah, I gotta back Raven up on this one. Unlocking cool characters felt totally pointless because everyone fought exactly the same way. No flying for Superman? That's just wrong. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. Easily D tier. The tech in this was a massive step backwards. They relied on this weird supply drop system to get items, which just felt lazy. It felt like a mobile game portal onto a console. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. I agree with the team. It felt more like a quick crash grab than a fully realized game. What tier are we putting this? It's a solid F tier for the whole squad. It's a 2 out of 10. It abandoned the formula that made the franchise great and replaced it with a hollow sandbox. Definitely an F tier disaster. Let's move directly to April 2022. This is the definitive collection spanning all 9 mainline films. This is LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. It's alright, but too easy. You could finish one film in 15 minutes. Seriously, the first level is bigger fish, and second is a pod race. It's basically just race. They cut down the actual story missions into a bit-sized segments to focus on the massive open-world planets. It looks amazing, but I miss the long puzzle-heavy levels of the original games. It's a 7 out of 10 B tier. Ooh, I love the princess of the Star Wars. The Leia Organa is so very brave, has the hair of the delicious buttons, and Rey Skywalker fights with the yellow laser sword with such great determination. I love exploring the massive galaxy with my friends. 10 out of 10. Dude, the space travel alone is an 11 out of 10. You can fly a starfighter from a planet's surface straight into the space and board a giant capital ship, and the over-the-shoulder blaster combat felt like a real shooter. It's a total masterpiece. S tier. The tech engine was completely overhauled for this one. They moved away from the old fixed camera to a true third-person view with an actual combo-based lightsaber combat. It was a massive computing flex to put hundreds of fully explorable planets into one game. 10 out of 10. I love the scale. It's definitely felt more like a giant RPG than just a standard brick game. What tier are we putting this? To me, it's easily an S tier for the sheer amount of content. It's a 9 out of 10. It shifted the entire formula for future LEGO games. While I agree with Raven that some levels felt a bit short, the open world makes it up completely. A tier. Let's burn some rubber and move to May 2023. We are leaving linear platformers behind for a massive open world kart racer. This is LEGO 2K Drive. Yo, this is my game. I beat Beast Boy's Dino Car with the race. The tech in Breakamania is wild, seamlessly shifting from a street car to an off-roader to a speedboat the second you hit the water. That is peak mechanical engineering. 10 out of 10 S tier. Ooh, I made a cupcake truck. The creator garage is over 1,000 pieces of colorful blocks. I made a beautiful vehicle that smells of the frosting and the sprinkles. It is so very fun to zoom through the big beauty county. 11 out of 10. Oh man, Sai, you only won because you used the rocket power-up right at the finish line. My dinosaur car was totally faster, but for real, the open world map is an absolute playground. I'm going 9 out of 10, easily an A-tier experience. The racing felt too chaotic for my taste, and the live service store pushing me to buy extra bricks is definitely a dark sin, but the drifting mechanics were smooth. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 C-tier. I like the racing for the roads and the boat races, a tier for me. Locking it in an 8 out of 10. It has some most dynamic racing gameplay in the game, but microtransactions holding back some of the parts hurt the final score. Definitely a solid B tier. The upcoming release of LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight on May 22nd, 2026 is easily the most anticipated game for the squad, the best of the LEGO trailer. Look at the cave. The fully customizable subterranean hideout is perfect for storing an era of collectible batsuits. Totally agree. Catwoman's gameplay is fun. Playing as a fierce Catwoman with her signature whip mechanics brings an exciting edgy element to the streets of Gotham. Yo, all the Batmobiles, that's cool. The massive arsenal of iconic vehicles ranging from standard rides to legendary tumbler makes this game a motorized dream come true. Dude, having 100 different outfits across the playable characters, including Dark Knight Returns Batsuit, is easily 11 out of 10. An open-world Gotham City running on Unreal Engine 5 sounds visually spectacular. I'm definitely giving this anticipated S tier. This is looking to be the ultimate tribute to my mentor's history, with combat inspired by the Arkham series. This would be an absolute masterpiece. So that's all the games. For the S tier, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, LEGO DC Supervillains, LEGO Batman 1, LEGO Batman 2, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, and LEGO Dimensions. A tier, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, LEGO Movie The Videogame, LEGO City Undercover, LEGO Harry Potter 1-4, LEGO Harry Potter 5-7, LEGO Star Wars 3, LEGO Lord of the Rings, LEGO Batman 3, and LEGO Indiana Jones 1. B tier, LEGO Ninjago Movie The Videogame, LEGO 2K Drive, LEGO The Incredibles, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, LEGO Jurassic World, and LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. C tier, LEGO Worlds, LEGO Avengers, LEGO Indy 2, LEGO Hobbit. D tier, LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, LEGO Movie 2. Thank you for listening to my video. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.